morning, everyone. I am Walter of Class 3C. It's my pleasure to be the host of today's debating competition. Please allow me to introduce the debating motion, which is should Hong Kong focus their investment in renewable energy sources rather than traditional fossil fuel sources in order to meet their goal of carbon neutrality by 2050. Today, there is one team supporting the motion and one against the motion. There will be 3 members in each team. The first and second speakers will take around 3 minutes, while the first speakers, as well as last speakers, will take around 2 minutes. I would like to remind all of you in this debate to please stick to your allocated time. So now, let's start the discussion. Welcome our first proposition speaker, Aidan, please.
Good morning, everyone. I am Hong Aidan from Class 3C, who is the first proposition speaker, and I will be supporting the motion. Today, our debating motion is whether Hong Kong should prioritize investment in renewable energy over traditional fossil fuels. First, we all agree with the motion, where the Hong Kong government should discuss the issue in Legislative Council deliberation and allocate more capital and time in renewable energy, like wind energy, solar energy, and hydroelectric energy. While priority of renewable energy is needed, the use of traditional fossil fuels should also be gradually reduced, namely natural gas and coal, where the proportion of coal was approximately 25% in 2020, according to Hong Kong Climate Action Blueprint 2050. Moreover, the reason for developing renewable energy is to achieve carbon neutrality, which aims to reduce the carbon emissions to zero in a certain period of time. In order to accomplish this target, the Hong Kong government tried their best to work out 4 strategies, which the core strategy is net zero electricity generation. From the government's blueprint, we can see that renewable energy is of paramount importance, that it contributes to an environmentally friendly society. As a highly developed area, the carbon emissions in 2023 was high, reaching a number of 34.5 million tons of greenhouse gas emissions. If these undesirable conditions continue to deteriorate, it will adversely affect both the global and local environment. As for the globe, the large amount of greenhouse gases will lead to the worsening of the greenhouse effect. Thus, extreme weather occurs more frequently. As a result, it influences the economy and human lives and damages the natural habitats. Additionally, the contamination of air in Hong Kong may cause acid rain, which corrodes the soil and leads to soil erosion. For instance, there was heavy acid rain in Hong Kong in the 2000s. Due to the unique geographical characteristic, Hong Kong is beneficial for developing renewable energy, which can greatly reduce the reliance on imported fossil fuels. First, they have more capital for other uses. In a nutshell, developing renewable energy is crucial and urgent, as they can improve our environment. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am Zhang Lixin from Class 3C. Today, I stand before you representing the opposition to the motion. Hong Kong should prioritize investment in renewable energy over traditional fossil fuels to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050. Firstly, for my core argument, understanding carbon neutrality is vital, but we must recognize that it is a complex challenge. Until renewable energy technologies are fully optimized and reliable, we cannot overlook the role of traditional fossil fuels. Clean natural gas, in particular, remains essential. It acts as the ballast that ensures energy security during this critical transition. Okay, let's consider Hong Kong's unique situation now. With a dense population of over 7 million and significant energy demands, the average daily energy consumption per person is approximately 7 kilowatt-hours, which is quite high compared to many other regions. This creates an urgent necessity for a reliable energy supply. Currently, renewable sources like solar and wind provide limited energy. On rainy days, solar panels can lose up to 80% of their efficiency, and wind turbines are inactive during calm periods. This unreliability jeopardizes our energy security and threatens to destabilize our economy and the livelihoods that depends on consistent energy supply. Also, we must address the financial aspects of this energy shift. Implementing large-scale solar or wind projects in our compact, urban environment involves exorbitant land costs. For instance, land in Hong Kong can exceed 1 million per square meter, making large installations financially unfeasible. Additionally, the current cost of generating electricity from renewables can be up to 30% higher than from fossil fuels. These elevated costs eventually trickle down to consumers through higher electricity bills, placing a financial strain on families and businesses, particularly in a city known for its high living expenses. In conclusion, while embracing renewable energy is crucial for our future, we must ensure that energy security and economic stability remain front and center in our discussions. A balanced approach is essential for Hong Kong's prosperity and well-being. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Chantakif from Class 3C, the second speaker for the proposition. Today I'll respond to the opposition and make our case even stronger. First, the opposition said renewable energy is unstable and not ready, but they ignore how fast technology is improving. For example, in 2020, most battery systems could only store electricity for 2 to 4 hours, but now, in 2025, some large batteries can store energy for up to 12 hours or more. This means that we can save solar and wind energy during the day and use it at night or on cloudy days. Also, smart grids and hydrogen energy are developing quickly. If we invest now, we can speed up these improvements and make renewable energy more reliable. Second, Hong Kong has special geographic advantages. We have wild sea areas and many islands, such as Lemma Island, Po Toi Island, and Nine Pin Group. These are great places for offshore wind farms. Also, Hong Kong has many tall buildings. Their rooftops can be used for solar panels. Even buses in Hong Kong now have solar panels on their roofs to power air conditioning and reduce the fuel use. According to the Transport Department, over 100 buses have already been fitted with solar panels, helping reduce the fuel use and carbon emissions. This shows that solar energy is already working in our city. Third, the opposition said renewable energy is too expensive, but they forget how the prices are falling fast. According to the International Renewable Energy Agency, the cost of solar power has dropped by over 80% in the past decade. Wind power costs have also fallen by more than 50%. This means renewable energy is becoming more affordable, and investing now will save money in the long run. Also, Hong Kong's electricity prices are already high and affected by global fuel prices. Developing local renewable energy can reduce this risk. Fourth, we are not saying to stop using fossil fuels right away. We are saying to prioritize investment in renewable energy. This means giving more support and money to clean energy, so it can grow faster. This is a smart and safe way to move forward step by step. Finally, I have a question for the opposition. You said we should rely on natural gas during the transition, but natural gas is imported, and its price depends on global politics. How can this give us long-term energy security or stable electricity prices? Wouldn't it be better to develop our own local energy resources like wind and solar? Thank you.
Good morning, judges. I'm Chen Ka-Ki. First of all, the proposition proclaimed that renewable energy is stable. Yet, I don't deny the stability of modern technology, especially for renewable energy. However, while Hong Kong is a city with an relatively high frequency of typhoons, it highly limits the time available for both solar panels and wind turbines to work under normal conditions. When it comes to the summer seasons, they will have to be locked or shut down to prevent possible incidents, which adversely affects the productivity of them. Hence, I would say it's not suitable for Hong Kong to develop such a technology. Apart from that, the proposition proclaimed that the geographic conditions of Hong Kong are beneficial to developing renewable energy. Nevertheless, while building wind turbines on islands can effectively minimize the negative impacts brought by them, their maintaining costs and building costs will be very high if they're all built on islands. Since those islands are usually rural areas and away from the urban areas, the transportation facilities on them are very outdated. Piers there are not even available for unloading cargoes or building materials, causing the building of them to become extremely expensive and difficult. Whenever the turbines require repairing, the materials may not be able to be transported to the site. Hence, additional costs will be incurred, which are not friendly to the development of renewable energy. All in all, the claims of the proposition are mostly incorrect and may even bring negative effects to Hong Kong's energy development. As the cons of investing on renewable energy outweigh the potential benefits, I strongly disagree with the statement that Hong Kong should invest on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Liang Jiayu from Class 3C and I'm the third proposition. To meet the 2050 imperative, Hong Kong must commit to a decisive course. Prioritizing renewable energy is not an option. It's the only viable foundation for a true and timely transition, which have been confirmed from the three perspectives: responsibility, opportunity, and feasibility. First, our responsibility is non-negotiable. As a wealthy, developed city, we have contributed disproportionately to the climate crisis. We therefore have a duty to lead in the solution. Leadership requires bold action, but not cautious delay. Avoid completely destroy on environment. Second, the opportunity is transformative. This is our chance to reinvent Hong Kong's economy. By prioritizing wind, solar, and smart grid technology, we can become a regional hub for green finance and innovation. We'll create a generation of engineers, technicians, and entrepreneurs equipped for the future. Third, this path is feasible and within our grasp by using offshore power generation or building photovoltaics. Moreover, we can also leverage the geographical advantages of the Greater Bay Area for cooperation. Multi-faceted cooperation can elevate the final results and efficiency to a new level. The questions before us is simple. Will we be architects of the future or caretakers of the past? Prioritizing renewables is the courageous, strategic, and necessary choice. It is the only investment that guarantees a cleaner, more resilient, and economically vibrant Hong Kong for 2050 and beyond. Let us choose the future. Let us choose renewal. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the third speaker for the opposition, my role is to bring our arguments together and explain why the proposition's call to put renewable energy first is not the most suitable choice for Hong Kong at this stage. First, let us consider safety. Our city depends on stable energy to function. Until storage technology makes a major breakthrough, renewable energy alone cannot provide consistent reliability. If we rely on it, we risk blackouts and interruptions to daily life. Energy is the backbone of modern society, and instability in supply would affect hospitals, transport, and households alike. Second, we must look at the cost. Hong Kong's limited land and special geography make renewable energy projects extremely expensive. Large solar farms or wind installations are difficult to build here, and forcing them into unsuitable places would be costly. Spending so much money on this single path could slow down economic growth and increase the burden on society. A responsible energy policy must balance ambition with affordability, ensuring progress does not come at the expense of livelihoods. Third, there is the matter of fairness. Energy policy should serve all citizens. At this stage, using cleaner fossil fuels can reduce the emissions quickly, while renewable energy continues to expand gradually. Even the European Union highlights the importance of a balanced system and strong investment, rather than rushing into one option. A fair approach means protecting people today while preparing for tomorrow. Our position is clear. To reach carbon neutrality, we must walk on many legs. We did not reject renewable energy, but we reject the proposition's unrealistic and impulsive priority. What we support is a steady, practical, and affordable path towards the 2050 goal. In conclusion, the proposition's plan is unsafe, too costly, and unfair if taken as the sole priority. Our plan is balanced, responsible, and realistic. Step by step, we can move toward carbon neutrality, protecting both our people and our future.
Thank you so much to both teams for such a wonderful discussion. The affirmative and negative sides have explored Hong Kong's energy future in depth, from the opportunities and limits of geography to economic costs and social fairness, and even the balance between global responsibility and local realities. Together, they have shown us many layers of this complex issue. Whether it was the affirmative side calling for bold change, or the negative side stressing steady progress, both shared the same goal: to help Hong Kong find the best path to a low-carbon development. This debate reminds us that any major social transition requires careful study, open dialogues, and thoughtful decisions. Last but not least, we hope today's exchange will inspire you to keep reflecting on and supporting Hong Kong's journey towards sustainability. With that, this debate comes to an end.